Hey everyone, Carol Hickman here with Chickstamper. Thanks for joining in today. I've got this really cute treat holder that I wanted to show you. This is from my Friday Facebook Live last week. And I always like to show a couple cards, but I send these cards out on Tuesday, so they're going out in the mail today. The card packets to everybody who ordered over the weekend. So when you order more than $35, I'll send you all of the paper, the bows, the embellishments. You'll just add stamps and ink to put your cards together from Friday's video. And then with those card kits for the class, I send out a little thank you gift. So this week, it's this cute Season of Thanks Hershey Nugget holder. But I wanted to do a quick video and show you how to make it so you can make some for yourself. So you can see that I'm using the Gather Together bundle, which includes the stamp set and the Gathered Leaves dies. So these dies I love because they actually emboss the cardstock. So they cut it and emboss it at the same time. And that's, you can kind of see that right here, how I've decorated the top of this. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to start with a piece of terracotta tile cardstock. It's 4 3/4 by 3 inches. I'm going to get my scoreboard, and we're going to score at 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and 3 inches across that long side. Then we're going to turn it 90 degrees and score at 1/2 inch and 2.5 inches. Alrighty, so now I've got that, and I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming. So first I want to trim on this long side. So it's a little wider on this side than it is here, right? So this is the side I'm going to first trim off the sides. And what I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other side. Keep everything nice and straight and even. Now I just want to cut my sides to make the flaps to make my little box. And I'm just going to trim these inside pieces a little bit. And that'll just help it fold up a little nicer, I should say. Okay. So now we have the basics for our box. With any 3D project, remember, it's real important that we use our bone folder and score really well on these lines. So I'm going to start with the side lines. So we've scored them. Now we just want to burnish them down so that they're crisp. And that will help the box hold its shape. And then we'll come up on these 2 bottom score lines as well. Now this score line we don't need to fold on because that's actually the back of our cute little box. Okay, so next we want to add some designer paper. This is the Bumblebee shade from our 2020 to 2022 in color 6x6 pack of designer paper. So I'm just going to adhere this down. And I cut this piece 3 inches by 1 7/8. So 1 7/8 is our width here. And it can go up to the end. It's going to end up getting punched, so it won't really matter. And then I'm just trying to divvy up the space on the other side. So I want to center it left and right. And the top part is okay. So now I've got our fancy tag topper punch. So I'm going to put that in, and it's a little tricky here. We can kind of check it on the other side, make sure that we're nice and straight and where we want it to be, and punch. There we go. I didn't quite press down far enough. Okay, so you can see I've got a little bit to toss away there. All right, so that's the back of our cute treat holder. We'll put this one nearby so we can see. So now we're just going to fold it up. So what I want to do is put some adhesive. So I'm flipping it over and just using some of our Seal Plus You could use our tear and tape. They're both really strong and work great for boxes. For me, it's just a little bit more convenient on video, little time saving to use the Seal Plus. Okay, so I'm just folding it up. And I just want my ends nice and square. There we go. There we go. So that's the shape of our little box. Now I'm going to take my paper snips because I'm going to come from this corner down to this top corner and just cut a little triangle off. Let's see, this way, yes. And that just gives it an angle right here. I just think it looks a little easier. It's obvious that there's kind of a treat inside and helps you pull that treat out. Okay, so our box basically is done. I've got another piece of the same Bumblebee designer paper, and this is the same 1 7/8 lengthwise, but it's only 7/8 across and top to bottom, and that will just give us a little bit of the terracotta tile paper top and bottom. So we want to stamp on this. So I picked the Season of Thanks stamp from the Gather Together set that we're using. And terracotta ink. And I've gone all the way over to the left because I want room for those cute pumpkins. Alrighty. So I'm getting ready to send out, I've got a bunch of packages going out today and everybody gets this cute treat holder. So if you're one of those people I'm shipping to this week, thank you so much for your orders. I really appreciate it. I love making these cute little boxes. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so also from the Gather Together bundle, I stamped and used the enclosed dies to cut out some pumpkins. So I'm gonna mount those there. And then I used, remember those cute dies I was showing you how they emboss? So I'm gonna put those back here as, for a decoration as well. Okay, so let me get a dimensional for these, and I'm just gonna put one dimensional. That's not gonna take a lot of wear and tear, and I wanna make sure it gets down on the box itself, not too high. So it's easier for me to put it on the box like that. And you could use glue dots. I'm just using my Seal Plus. I love Seal Plus because it just holds so well. There's no question about it coming off. Even in my dry Phoenix heat, or air I should say, it doesn't. So far, so good. All right, we're getting there. This is really cute. Okay, so I've got a few of the enamel dots. Again, those in color dots are perfect because I've got the Just Jade color. So these leaves, I should say, are terracotta tile and Just Jade. So let's just put a couple here. And take this one and put it up here. Just to get some more of that pretty green. That jade color is just gorgeous. Okay, so for our ribbon, I'm using the terracotta tile, which is an in color. It's an actual 2019 to 2021 in color, so it will be going away this next spring. But this is the scallop linen ribbon. But I wasn't sure I wanted all that craft on there, so I just brought out my dark so saffron Stampin' Blend to the rescue. And I knew that I could change up that middle color a little bit by just coloring it. So it just darkens it, helps it match the bumblebee color a little bit. Easy peasy. Okay, so when I put it through, instead of tying a knot, I wanted to just use some linen trim to tie a bow around it. So that's what I did. So let me get that out. And I tied a double bow So I just doubled up my twine. I have an extra long piece here, way more than I probably needed. And I'm just going to tie a bow here, just to help hold this cute terracotta ribbon. So I hope you all had a good weekend. It was Halloween. Hope you had a good safe weekend and had some fun. Certainly a different Halloween, isn't it, in 2020? There we go. There we go, and you can make it a big bow, little bow, whatever you like. Now I'll just trim that and trim these side edges. All right, so here's our holder. Let's get our cute Hershey Nuggets out. So I love covering my Hershey Nuggets. I think just because it's fun to decorate them a little bit and to add a little color. But yet it doesn't hurt them, right? They're still usable. You can still eat them. So what I like to do is use my stitched rectangles, and this die is perfect. Now you can also just cut your designer paper 1 inch by 3 inches, and that will work out great. But this stitch die gives the paper the stitching on the sides, and so I love that. So now that I've got this, I'm just gonna kind of round it a little bit with my bone folder and put some adhesive on one end. This is so cute. You're gonna be wanting to wrap all of your all your candies. So I just kind of bend it, fold it, just to kind of hold it in place there. And then line it up. And then slide it down into the center. There we go. How cute is that? Okay, one more. This is such a fun and cute treat. You can make all sorts of these up for your friends and neighbors and coworkers, for having people over for Thanksgiving. They could be at each place setting for Thanksgiving. Okay, so now we've got 2 Hershey Nuggets, and look how perfect they fit in here. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? So we've got, this is the first one I made, so a smaller bow, but it gives you options. This one has a bigger bow. This nugget, I gotta adjust his wrapper a little bit. There we go. There we go. So I think it's really cute, a great way for fall, a great treat to give for fall, I should say. And I hope you have time to make a bunch. Take care, you guys. I'll be back next week with another how-to video. Bye-bye.